Hello there. More of an autumnal flavour now starting to evolve across Europe. It stays pretty unsettled over the next few days. You can see one weather system waiting in the wings, another one pushing in, and that will bring some rain as well. Sandwiched in between the two frontal systems, there will be drier, brighter interludes. You can see on Tuesday across much of Eastern Europe, it's a relatively quiet story, but that wet weather moving out of France, Germany, into the Alps as well. So the Mediterranean continues to stay fine and settled with temperatures into the high 20s for one or two spots. There will be a good deal of dry weather into the Balkans, heavy rain across northern Italy, snow to the Alps, and then some showers into France. And it has been a little more unsettled into Spain and Portugal with more wet weather waiting in the wings. It's rather cool as well into Scandinavia and breezy with it. And those temperatures are obviously just going to get a little more subdued as we go through the week. So this is the story then, Tuesday into Wednesday. The next system pushes in. Much of the Mediterranean stays fine and settled with those temperatures still peaking in the mid to high 20s in some spots. So the city forecast for the next few days, London and Paris keeps that autumnal flavour and temperatures easing down a little. Madrid and Rome dry, settled and sunny. As for Eastern Europe, there's a little more in the way of dry weather, but fairly cloudy skies, albeit dry for Berlin. Hello there. We've had an early taste of winter again across North America into the weekend over the northern plains, where parts of North Dakota seeing nearly 40 inches of snowfall. Now, it's this area of low pressure that's circulating across the Great Lakes at the moment. It's going to drift its way steadily eastwards, and then things will quieten down. You can see there's a good deal of dry weather to be found. There's still a fairly stagnant weather front moving its way through Mississippi and down into parts of Texas. But along that west coast, it's a little bit quieter. Not for long up into the far northwest, as you can see. Across the Pacific Northwest, we're expecting a weather front to gradually move in. That will bring some rain with it as well. Ahead of it, a little bit of fair weather cloud, but a dry story on Monday. Change of wind direction. Good news for North California, where we've got those wildfires bringing a little more humidity, and that is certainly welcome news here. Here's our city forecast for the next few days. You can see that rain arriving into Vancouver for both Tuesday and Wednesday, but not too torrential at times. Now, across that east coast, it's a quieter story as that weather front eases away. We've lost that extreme heat that we had around a week ago, parts of Tennessee down into Georgia and the Carolinas, along with Florida as well. So it's a little more comfortable, but it's dry, settled and sunny. And you can see that again the next couple of days. Yes, a few showers into Atlanta, Georgia, but those temperatures much more bearable, low 20s. Hello there. There's been a real plume of heat across parts of northern Argentina and southern Brazil in recent days. In fact, at the weekend, temperatures peaked at 40 degrees plus, but a real dramatic drop in temperature over the next few days, and some heavy rain is expected, as you can see, across parts of northern Argentina. Now, with a change of wind direction, look at the temperatures really sitting into the mid-teens as a daytime maximum. Across to the northwest, we've got our usual showers through parts of Colombia and Venezuela. Also a few showers into western Brazil. Further south, one or two into parts of Paraguay, Uruguay, and then into northern Argentina as well. Then that cooler feel to things, as you can see, with temperatures into the low to mid-teens as a maximum. So this is the city forecast for the next 5 days. We keep a good deal of dry weather into Rio de Janeiro. Buenos Aires will see those temperatures picking up towards the end of the week. As for Central America and Mexico, Mexico itself largely fine and dry. Some pretty heavy rain expected, as you can see, towards Honduras and into parts of El Salvador. We'll also pick up some pretty sharp showers across the Caribbean over the next couple of days as well. So this is the city forecast. As you can see, sunny spells and scattered showers for some of them heavy and thundery. Kingston, Jamaica, however, should escape the worst. Hello there. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for Africa. And if we start off with a satellite picture, you can see quite clearly our seasonal rains close to the equator. We've had some heavy rainfall here through the weekend, particularly across that west coast close to Senegal. Now, to the north of that, there are weather fronts moving their way through the Mediterranean, and that could produce some outbreaks of showery rain across the far north of Algeria. To the south of that, it's all about the heat in South Africa at the moment, where we've got weather warnings in force for wildfire issues here because extreme heat is likely for the next few days. So that's the story across much of Africa. Here's our city forecast. You can see the temperatures climbing a little in Cape Town as we go through the next few days. Johannesburg keeps blue sky and sunshine as well. Now, despite a few sharp showers into Khartoum for the beginning of the week, things will quieten down towards the end of the week. Let's take a look at the Middle East. It's a largely straightforward story at the moment, just a light breeze, not that much in the way of cloud around either, and temperatures a little more comfortable, maybe peaking into the mid to high 30s in many places. But it will be a dry, settled story, and that theme is likely to continue as well over the next few days. So there'll be no surprises to see in the city forecast. We've got blue sky and sunshine all the way, with temperatures peaking again into the high 30s. Hello there. The southwest monsoon continues to show signs of retreating, but it is very delayed. And in fact, it's perhaps the slowest retreat of the southwest monsoon for over 60 years. So if we take a look at the forecast, you'll not be surprised to hear there's a good deal of dry weather up into the far north and west, but we've still got some rain and weather warnings out, particularly for Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, as you can see, and also across that Kerala coastline as well. So still some heavy rain yet to come over the next few days. The same too for the island of Sri Lanka. Now into Central Asia, it's a slightly different story. There's a good deal of quiet weather around at the moment. We are seeing weak weather fronts into Kazakhstan, bits and pieces of cloud, showery rain here, and temperatures at around 10 degrees. Further south of that, it's a dry, sunny story, and temperatures perhaps peaking into the mid-20s. There's that dry weather across Pakistan, northern India, and then we'll see some of those showers pretty intense indeed. So weather warnings remain in force for the next couple of days. And then as we stretch up into northeastern states, a few scattered showers, but a quieter story here as well. This is our city forecast for the next few days. Sri Lanka continues to see some pretty sharp, thundery downpours right throughout the week and also into the weekend. Elsewhere, there's a good deal of dry weather around. Karachi seeing those temperatures peaking into the high 30s. Hello there. Typhoon Hagibis brought over a metre's worth of rain at the weekend to Japan, but I'm pleased to say it's a quieter weather story as we go through this week. And you can see on the satellite picture there is some shower cloud being picked up, but further north certainly it's a good deal of dry, fine weather. Now there will be some rain around Tokyo through the day today, some of it heavy but nowhere near as extreme as it has been, and you can see there's a fair amount of fair weather cloud as well. For much of China, it's a fine, quiet story here. 23 degrees expected into Hong Kong. We're picking up some showers across that east coast of Vietnam and also down into Thailand, parts of Malaysia and Indonesia as well. Our city forecast shows that Tokyo will have some cloud, a little bit of drizzly rain, but the heaviest rain not likely to arrive until the weekend, and certainly a drier story. So for Australia, things remain pretty quiet. We have got some heat through in the interior of Australia, and there are signs of that drifting a little bit further east over the next few days. For New Zealand, it's a different story. It's wet and windy at times. A lot of heavy rain that's going to move its way from the South Island to the North Island over the next few days, and the temperatures are going to be subdued as well. So if we take a look at the forecast, you can see that there's some wet weather not only through Tuesday and Wednesday, but returning again into Friday as well.